Alright, more trucking. Oh, look at that bed. That looks cozy. No sheets on it, though. That's a problem. Alright, let's get some headlights going. Let's get some windshield wiper action going. Let's make sure we're connected back here. We're good. Okay. So, our current job is to take plastic film rolls from Pescara, Italy, to Naples, Italy. It's currently 3 a.m. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, it should become daytime at some point during this journey. As you can see down there, it's projected to take 4 hours and 51 minutes. So not too bad. So yeah, we just finished Portal 2. I very much enjoyed playing through that again. First time in a while. Like I said in the last one of these, the last time I did it was that little speedrun challenge that I did. And so yeah, it was good to revisit. Good to meet Wheatley and Cave Johnson again. I did miss Cave Johnson. He's great. That lemon rant that he did is freaking legendary. I've discovered a recruitment agency. Here you can hire drivers who will work for you. Okay, cool. But yeah. I don't want to... Okay, never mind. I was going to say something blasphemous. I was going to say that I would put the Cave Johnson lemon rant in a similar category to the Walter White I am the one who knocks rant, but no. The Walter White rant is just too epic. It's too epic. If oh, never mind. I was gonna say, if I ever take a public speaking course, I would somehow figure out how I can do that little monologue that he does, Walter White, for a project, but I would never have a public speaking course, so never mind. That'd be the last class I would ever take. Oh man, it's freaking dark. Looks like it stopped raining though, so we can turn off our wipers. There we go. Yeah, we are devoid of streetlights here. There's a nice brightly lit gas station coming up though, which is nice. But yeah, I think as far as punishments go in that game, I think Wheatley got off pretty rough. Because think about it, he was sent into space with no way to like get anywhere. Just floating in space forever. And obviously, you know, since he's a robot, I don't really know how that works. If they have batteries built in, I really don't know. Or I'm assuming when they're connected to the rail, like at the start of the game, when he's on the rail, I'm assuming there's power running through the rail and that powers him. But when he's off the rail, they gotta have some kind of auxiliary power, like batteries or something. So either he's sent off into space until his power runs out, in which case he just dies, or if somehow Aperture figured out a way to make the power last forever, then that would be the worst. Just floating off into space forever. That is pretty harsh of a punishment, if you ask me. Although I suppose it's probably just an attitude adjustment that he would need, because the other core that was with him, he seemed pretty excited to be in space. So, all we would have to do is channel that energy, channel the energy of the other core, and then he'd be golden. He'd be living his dream. But, that's wishful thinking, I suppose. And I guess, too, you have to suspend your disbelief anyway, because if that actually did happen, Chell would have died. As soon as she put the portal on the moon, like as soon as it happened, the whole room would have depressurized, and her insides would have ejected out of every orifice. Her guts would have came out of her mouth, her eyeballs would have popped out, her, brain matter would shoot out of her ears. Not nice. So, I'm assuming if we can suspend disbelief for that, we can assume that Wheatley does have power forever, and at which point will be subject to what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word that means like space, but like an adjective. See, I don't want to say universal, because although that does refer to the universe, it also sort of means like, applies to all. You know what I mean? So if I said like he was subject to universal purgatory, I wouldn't mean universal in the sense that it's universal and that it applies to everything, like the normal use of the word, but universal as in relating to the universe. There's got to be a word that fits, and I just don't know it. It's not in my lexicon at the moment. Maybe one day I'll add it for the very slight chance that I'll get to use it. That happens a lot. I'll find a word that I'm like, that's a good word, I need to remember that and use it, and then I never use it. That happens way too often, actually. I'm trying to think of a specific example, but the fact that I can't think of a specific example proves my point. I've forgotten all of them. They say that the best way to improve your diction is to just read a lot, because you will learn new words, and based on, even if you don't know what they mean, based on the context clues, you can figure it out. Or if you can't, you can just Google it. And then if you just read all the time, you'll, over time, gain all this new knowledge of new words. But that's never really worked for me. Like, I'll read a word, and I'll either know what it means based on context clues, or I'll look it up, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good word. And then it'll just disappear from my brain. My memory is a problem. Which is sad, because memory is like... your memory is your life. You know what I mean? Like, if we didn't remember anything, like if nothing we did was stored into memory, then we would die from our point of view, we would die instantly. We would be born and then we would die. Because there would be nothing in between. There would be nothing in our brains that would fill the gap. So the more memories you have throughout your life, the longer your life is going to feel. That's why I think Alzheimer's is probably the single worst disease that is plaguing us right now, unless you consider aging to be a disease. Some people view aging as, no, it's not natural, it is a disease, and it can be cured. I don't know how much I buy into that. I would love for that to be the case, but I don't know. I don't have high hopes for that. But as far as Alzheimer's goes, like, that is just so bad. Like, all your memories, not all, but God, your brain just like rots away and you forget everything. It's just like, I don't know, I can't imagine what it'd be like, but just imagine, like, from their point of view, their entire life, they don't remember anything outside of, laying in a hospital bed or laying in bed at home and having people they don't know who say that they know them take care of them. Like, they don't remember anything about their childhood or their formative years or their adulthood. They just remember being helpless in a bed. God, that's so awful. I can't imagine anything worse. It's literally like having your entire life, like, robbed from you. Oh, goodness. I wonder if Alzheimer's is genetic. Oh, we need to go this way. My dad's dad, I think, had Alzheimer's. I don't know, he died when I was really young, so I only have like a couple memories of him, and I don't know if they're real memories or if I was shown pictures of him and I sort of, like, my brain sort of falsated memories from that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know for sure if I have a real memory of me with my dad's dad, but I know that I've seen pictures of me with him. So I feel like my brain might have internalized those pictures and fabricated memories. That's a thing that happens, and it's freaking crazy. But either way, my dad's dad had Alzheimer's, I believe. Like I said, he died when I was too young, so I would have no way of remembering. But I think I remember my dad saying that at one point, that he did. My mom's dad, on the other hand, is he in his early 80s? I think he might be, and he's still doing good. He had a stroke, but that was several years ago, and he's fully recovered now. He's fine. So, if it is genetic, I hope it runs from your mother's side, and not your father's side, because, gosh, I don't even know. I don't want to imagine that happening to me. Like, I can't think of a disease that's worse. I honestly can't. Like, okay, you get cancer and then you die like 2 months later. At least you still have the entire life that you lived up to that point. But with Alzheimer's, you literally lose your entire life. I mean, obviously it depends on the extent and the type of dementia that it is. But, like full-bore, hardcore Alzheimer's, that's what happens. That is sad, sad. How did I start talking about that, man? That's a depressing note. Maybe I should change the subject. Let's try not to hit this bus. Okay. Yeah, that just like totally wrecked my train of thought talking about that. I don't know where to go with my thoughts now. Well, I don't know when I'm supposed to turn off my headlights. I've been watching the cars on the other side of the road, and whenever I notice that they have theirs off, I'll turn mine off. It's probably at 7, which is in 2 minutes. 1 minute. Okay, no, theirs are still on the other side of the road. That's weird. I don't want to get a ticket for not having my headlights at the right time, but it's completely light outside. Screw it. They're off. I'm going bold. Oh man, we're only 40 minutes from our destination. That's crazy. I didn't think this one was that short. Oh, that's a shame. It didn't look that short on the map. Well, see, now it's going to be all out of whack, because this one's going to be shorter than the... Like, I want the length of these to be proportional to the length of the game that they're following, right? So, the one that I did after Portal was a lot shorter than the one I did after Skyrim, but Portal was a lot shorter than Skyrim, so I thought it made sense. But now Portal 2 is more than twice as long as Portal 1, and this trucking session is going to be shorter. Ugh, it doesn't make any sense. That's what happens when you don't plan. That is what happens. Whoa, what was that? Oh, okay, I thought I was getting pulled over or something. I saw like blue lights behind me. Where am I supposed to pull in? Oh, here. Hello, sir. 24 euros. It's crazy when you look at the tachometer how few revs there are in between the gears of this truck. Because in a car, you can rev up to 5,000 or 6,000 revs. Obviously it depends on what car you're in, but in my car you can rev in first gear, you can rev up to actually I don't know where it stops. I'm sure you can get to 7. You can go all the way up to 7,000. 7,000 revs. Whereas in this thing, whenever it changes gear, it's moved up from 10 on the tachometer to 15. 500 revs. 500. That is so little. God, that would drive me crazy. Having to change gear that often. Every 500 revs you have to shift. Ugh. I would go crazy. I guess it depends if it was an automatic, it wouldn't matter. But I don't know if they make trucks like this that are automatic. Like big 18-wheelers that have an automatic transmission. Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, I'm all over the freaking curb. Okay, we're good. I imagine there would be some that are automatic. However, no, well, the whole point of these trucks is to haul freight, and you wouldn't haul something that's that heavy with an automatic. So I don't know. If that's the case and they're all manual transmission, oh my goodness, there's no way. I would go insane. Imagine you how many gears are there? Because it says I'm in gear A10. So if there's 10 gears or more, imagine if you're like all the way in your highest gear and you're cruising good finally, and then you have to stop for something stupid and you have to start from all the way at the beginning of the gears again with 500 revs in between each gear. I would go. I don't even know. God, that would suck. Okay, well, we're here. I don't know why plastic film roll needs to be at this dock, but whatever. Let's play it safe. Alright, let's see where they need this thing. It looks like I need to turn in between these containers here. Oh, there it is. This area reminds me of that one mission from Grand Theft Auto 5. Which, coincidentally, is the game that I will hopefully be playing next. I say hopefully because I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the radio stations and copyright claims and all that, but we'll see. We will see. Alright. How many euros did I get for that? 3,000 euros? That's it? I leveled up though, which is good. Okay, so I've maxed out long distance. What does this do? Improved eco driving will help minimize your fuel consumption. All cargo is valuable, but some ones are more valuable than others. Companies trust only proven experts to carry out these kinds of deliveries. What's this? The transportation of dangerous goods demands well-trained professionals. Class 1 explosives, Class 2 gases, Class 3 flammable liquids, flammable solids, corrosive substances. Let's get the one for gases. Wait, is that right? Class 1 explosive, degases, corrosive. Yeah, that's right. Gases. Cool. Alright, the film roll made it to Naples.